Good day. It is Tuesday, October 31st, 2023, which means it's time for another Will's Taco Booze Day. Thank you so much for joining us today for another Will's Taco Tuesday. I'm so excited to have you all here. We've got several Will's vendor partners ready to present to us today, and I like to keep my intro short, so I'm going to introduce Catherine Mannion, joining us from Cambridge University Press. Catherine, are you ready to take over?
I sure am. Thank you so much.
All right, I'll stop sharing my screen and it'll be all yours.
All right, fantastic. Let's get it pulled up here. And Jeff, can you give me a thumbs up if you can see that? Yes, thank you. So thanks so much for having me here for a Taco Booze Day. I feel a little underdressed, but I'm very happy to have the opportunity to be here to talk to you guys about transformative agreements with Cambridge University Press. So this is going to be of greatest interest to our academic librarians, folks that subscribe to our journals, but of course, very happy to talk to anybody who has questions about what we're doing in the open access world. It's really exciting stuff. So just to start by saying that open research is a huge priority at Cambridge University Press because we are part of the University of Cambridge. We see it as part of our mission to ensure that research is opened up to people around the world. So what we're doing is exploring a new model where most of the research of our journals is being published open access, which means everyone can read it. Even if you don't have a subscription to the journal, it's not behind a paywall. A lot of these are published with open access licenses that allow things to be reused and reshared more widely. And this has been a big change. So the way that we're doing this is through our transformative agreements. You can see here a little bit of our progress in this transition so far. So our goal is that by 2025, that the vast majority of the content in our journals will be published open access. And we hit a big milestone in February. We're now over 50%. So that's been a really big change for us. You can kind of see in the chart here how from 2018 to 2023, our portfolio has really transformed. We've gone from most journals or a lot of journals having no open access content to now really the vast majority of our journals are accepting open access articles. So we're really excited about that. But the way that we're making this transition is that we are asking institutions of all sizes to partner with us. And we've made transformative agreements really affordable for institutions of all sizes, which is really wonderful because the open access transformation is sort of a shared value with our academic libraries. We want research to be open. We want it to be a more equitable environment. So this has been really great. Now, why would a researcher want to publish their research open access? We definitely get this question still from researchers and professors. And what we've found from our internal data is that articles that are published open access really receive a lot more attention. They're read more often, they're cited more often, they're much more likely to be tweeted about or blogged about or be referenced in a news article, just again, because they're openly available and more people can read them. It seems sort of intuitive that yes, if it's free, more people are going to see it. But we really wanted to put some numbers to it to really look at the impact here. And you can see through these graphs and some of these statistics that for researchers, the research is potentially going to have a much greater impact if it's published open access than if it is published behind a paywall where only subscribers can read it. So we have been sort of on this path for a few years now. We started around 2020 with our first transformative agreements. And so now we're sort of continuing to grow that program. This year, we have over 2,300 agreements with institutions around the world. And in the United States and Canada, we have agreements with 15 consortia covering hundreds of institutions and also individual institutions as well. So we've learned a lot over the years that we've been doing this. And we really feel like we're in a good place to continue adding more folks as people are interested. So what is the Transformative Agreement? Basically, what it provides to subscribing institutions is that it gives them access to our full journals package, which we have about 408 journals in that package across disciplines, HSS and STEM. So you get access to the full package. And then you also get APCs waived for your researchers when they're publishing open access in our journals. So the way that open access publication is currently funded at Cambridge is that rather than charging for read access, rather than asking the institution to subscribe to the publication, we do have an open access publishing fee that we pass on to the authors. And then the way that this works is that the institution takes their journal dollars that they've been using to subscribe and pivots to those journal dollars now paying for publications, for open access publications in our journals. So for most libraries, this is really affordable, even if you're only subscribing to 1 or 2 journals. We do have a little bit of an upgrade fee, but for most customers and WiLS, this would be less than $5,000. And again, you get access to 400 plus titles. Some of those journals or $1,000 or $2,000 for an individual subscription. So it really gets you a lot of value for your dollars. Even if you're not publishing, again, you do still get access to those extra journals. You also get lease access to the archives. So again, a lot of that content is still behind a paywall. So this gives you a great value for your money. We do offer transformative agreements for 3-year terms, and most institutions are eligible for uncapped agreements, which means that there's no limit to how much your authors can publish through these agreements. If you sign a 3-year agreement, your pricing is fixed for the term of the agreement. There's no hidden fees or upcharges. So even if your publishing goes wild, even if your researchers take great advantage of this agreement, your price would remain fixed for that 3-year term. We are also starting a new program of journals this year called Research Directions and a separate one called Cambridge Prisms. These are both interdisciplinary journals that are trying to bring researchers from different fields together to work on big issues. So you can see biotechnology, plastics, coastal futures. These are larger issues that sort of span multiple disciplines. So you can have folks from different areas coming together to work on some of these big problems. These journals will be natively open access, so everything that is in them will be free to be read by anyone through our platform, Cambridge Core. And also, if you, if you're activating KBARTs in your discovery system, you can always add the KBART for Cambridge Open Access content to be sure that that content is loaded into your catalog and that your folks will find it if they're searching. We also have a new program this year called the Cambridge Open Equity Initiative. This is to help offset some of those publishing fees, those APCs, for authors in low and middle income countries. They may not have the institutional support that authors in the US have. And so rather than just trying to pass on those publishing fees to those authors who may not be able to afford them, we really want to remove barriers to publishing from researchers in these countries. And it is based on the Research for Life country list. You can see kind of a map here. It's going to be the Global South, again, low and middle income countries around the world. We want to create an equitable research environment so that cost is not a barrier to these folks publishing their research. That's a really quick overview, and I think I did get a full 10 minutes in, but I'm very happy to take questions if anybody has questions about Cambridge Transformative Agreements. Also, my email is here. You can reach out to me or to Jeff if you're interested in a quote, if you want to learn more about Cambridge Transformative Agreements. Be very happy to share information.
Thank you so much, Catherine. I am always happy to hear more about these kinds of agreements, and I'm hearing more from our members about them. So I'm excited that that's something that they can take advantage of through Cambridge University Press as well.
Absolutely.
I haven't seen any questions come in yet, so
Okay.
I will echo Catherine and say that if anyone does have questions, do feel free to reach out to us here at WiLS, and I'm sure Catherine won't mind. direct contact with her either.
Yes, please.
We'll include all that contact information in our follow-up message after today's sessions. Thanks again.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we're a little bit ahead of schedule, but I think we're doing okay for time. Susan, do you feel ready to start a little early?
I am ready.
All right. So then I am pleased to introduce Susan Gall, joining us from FactCite. Susan, over to you. You can share the screen when you're ready.
All right, great. I am sharing. Hello, everyone. It's great to be here for another session of Taco Tuesday. Happy Halloween. As Jeff mentioned, we're all ready to celebrate the fun holiday of Halloween today. I'm going to give you a quick overview of FactCite, and then I'd like to just mention that I know there's a initiative to include Holocaust studies in Wisconsin, and we have a lesson plan and some resources that support that. So I'm just going to touch on that toward the end of my presentation. And I put in the chat, if you'd like to request a copy of that Holocaust inquiry lesson plan, just email owls@factcite.com. That's OWLS, like our logo, at factcite.com, and we'll be happy to send that over to you. You're also welcome to email me anytime, sgall@factcite.com, with questions or to request a preview. And WiLS is your contact for affordable FactCite subscription pricing. FactCite is a collection of databases. Each of the icons on the screen that I'm showing here represents a database. We start with the lowest reading level here and work our way through to higher reading level resources. I'll give you a quick view of each of the databases, and then you're of course welcome to request a trial anytime and have your students test drive FactCite to see if it works in your school or public library. FactCite Lingo is our resource for English and Spanish. It has a unique user interface. I'll just show you here with the countries. If you click on a country of interest, if you hold your mouse key down, or you in a touchscreen environment, if you hold your finger on the paragraph, the Spanish language will be revealed. When you release your mouse key or take your finger away, the Spanish goes away. This is designed to help students acquire academic vocabulary in English if it's a native Spanish speaker, or if it's a native English speaker learning Spanish, the same thing. The translation was accomplished by a native Spanish speaker who was also a longtime educator, and you can really rely on the translation here. If you'd like your students to be able to toggle to a different language, so Spanish is the display, you use this little symbol here. Spanish is the display language, and English will be the translation. That's a unique FactCite database, and the only one that we have that's strictly Spanish and English. Now we'll start. The FactCite Lingo content roughly parallels FactCite 123, which is our resource for lowest reading level. It includes 14 modules, all written at about a second or a third grade reading level. I'm going to use animals to demonstrate this database because it's the most heavily used of our resources. Any individual student can view the article. You can see this is an 11-page article. They can also go here to the upper right corner and choose one page, and that will toggle the article to a scrolling display. That makes it a little bit easier to find the subheads and to make your way through the article. If your subscription includes our database at the next reading level, then this icon appears, Step Up to a Reading Challenge. If you click here, you're taken to, as you see from the breadcrumbs, FactCite Science database, animals, the same topic. It's a different article written at a little bit higher reading level, also accessible for students about a 4th, 5th grade reading level. Every FactCite database has audio read-along. We can click here to listen. You can click on the, do we call that a hamburger? To choose the different settings. You can choose page mask. So if you have a student who needs a little bit of help with focus, you can use the page mask setting. You can also, with this database, highlight text and a translate box appears. This is a Google Translate, but it does provide all of these languages, Arabic through Vietnamese. We have a document that describes which languages are available. And when you choose one of these languages, the text will also be read aloud in that language. So we know sometimes students who don't speak English as their first language, Ukrainian, Arabic, they may not be literate in reading their language, but they might be able to understand the text if it's read to them. So that's an option that's included in every FactCite database. Every single one includes that feature. We're going to go back to FactCite 123. So this database includes biography, mythology. These next modules are science, the elements, the planets, earth science. That includes different features like climate, etc., landforms, biomes, and animals. Then the countries resource here would step up to our countries database. These two modules would step up to our American history database. So there's a module here on the US states, landmarks of the US states. There are also international landmarks included here, holidays, health. And I want to emphasize that this is our 5 senses organs. Nothing about human sexuality or gender is included here. So this is safe to use with primary grade students. And then simple machines. Next up, we have 4 biography databases. Biography for Beginners is the online home of a product that was formerly available in print. This includes about 800 biographies of historic and contemporary figures. And one of the things that librarians tell us that they love about FactCite is that it includes the features of a more sophisticated database, but in a simple and easy to use interface. So here we have the keyword search, we have the alphabetical index, and then the special topic indexes. So your students can select writers. This is a really strong section. They can choose a historic or contemporary author. And when you get to the end of every FactCite article, there is this feature, would you like to comment on this article? If you click yes here, you can type in your comment, click submit. It comes directly to our managing editor's inbox. The comments come to us anonymously. We don't gather any information about individual student users. But when we get a suggestion, for instance, this week we got a suggestion or a request for deeper coverage in our mythology database of Korean mythology. We're going to be adding that as a new section. We consider these suggestions free market research, and we really encourage you to use that feature if you have content that your teachers are looking for that we currently don't include. So send us your comments. We love to hear from you. Also, you may have noticed at the end of every FactCite article or on every single FactCite page, we include the citations. MLA 9, APA, Chicago, and here's the simple article URL. Our article URLs are static, so if your teachers select one of the articles to include in a lesson plan, the URL will always take them directly to the article, not to a home page or an index page. We're also fully integrated with Noodle tools. Every database except FactCite 123, which is the database for primary grades, every other FactCite database is integrated with Noodle tools. So if you're a Noodle tools user, that's a great feature. Our other biography databases, this is US and world biographies. This is about 10,000 biographies of historic and contemporary people from around the world. Again, the same format. Once a student gets familiar with FactCite interface, they're comfortable using any FactCite database. Shapers of Society was based on a print product. This is just 100 notable people from different fields of endeavor around the world, mostly Western civilization. Starting with, you can use the timeline feature, starting with Moses and going through to Steve Jobs. They're organized according to era in American history, and the biographies are all narrative, with the audio read-along feature included, of course. Sports Champions, this was also a print product. This includes about 800 biographies of notable people in sports. We've recently added this index, GOATs, the greatest of all time. And this is a very deep index of sports biographies. So we're currently in football season. Here's the top 10 greatest quarterbacks of all time according to our editorial staff's selection. And then these are the other quarterbacks who are profiled in this database. So you can see this is a quite deep and rich database for your sports fans for browsing or for homework assignments. We cover 45 sports. There are also some essays on sports topics like breaking the color barrier, steroids, Title IX, etc. It's a great place for browsing. Next, we have world mythology. And this is the place where I mentioned that we're going to be adding the module on Korean mythology. This started out as the online home for Lincoln Library of Greek and Roman Mythology, which was a 5-volume print encyclopedia. We've subsequently expanded to include mythologies of the world. If you have mythology in your curriculum, this is a really fantastic resource. Reading level goes from 3rd grade through high school because we include references to the original classic texts as well as multidisciplinary references, like, is the myth used to name a planet, or was the myth used to name a plant? Popular culture references to mythology. We have 3 American history resources. This one is a general encyclopedia on American history, and you see that we have a module on the Holocaust. This includes in-depth coverage of the Holocaust, people, places, and primary sources. And this is where I'm going to just mention that we do have a great lesson plan with inquiry, an inquiry approach to the study of the Holocaust that we'd be happy to share with any of you who'd like to tackle that. The topics here at the top are the most frequently researched in FactCite. We have 4 eras in African American history, eras in American history, and then other topics here. Students have lots of different ways to find the content they're looking for, including, of course, the keyword search here at the top. Defining Moments in American History was a partnership. We partnered with Omni Graphics. They had a 36-volume series on notable events in American history, from the writing of the Constitution through to the events of September 11th. This resource includes the history of the Stonewall riots. So if you need LGBTQ resources, that's a great one. It's here. Roe v. Wade, integration of baseball, Wounded Knee, the Lewis and Clark expedition. This database is appropriate for students in 5th, 6th grade through high school. Each of the modules does include primary source documents as well as teaching resources. Our newest partnership, Milestone Documents, is with the Schlager Group. This is 1,700 primary sources with scholarly analysis. This is a great one for high school AP US history. Anytime students are asked to use and analyze primary sources, this is a great resource. We encourage you to, if you've got National History Day projects, AP History, AP World History, put this one to the test. I think your students will find it really helpful. Our Science and Technology database includes the elements, planets, animals, plants, earth science, physics, chemistry, and climate. Lots of information on climate change. Countries and cultures. We have lots of competitors in this area. We cover all the topics for each country, including history, animals, endangered species, environmental issues. This database also has strong coverage of the ancient empires, Chinese dynasties, and early empires in Africa. And if you have teachers that are assigning just country research, research by continent, you can always click on that area and the countries will be displayed. And remember that all the features, audio, read-along, etc., are included in every FactCite database. We also include tips for teachers. There are getting started videos that will help your faculty get acquainted with the different features in FactCite. We have downloadable student activities for FactCite 1, 2, 3 and Lingo. For other curriculum areas, we have strong biography lists, notable women in engineering, African American history, lots of places where we support your teachers in using our databases for the study of for the use of biographies and people who made a difference in world history. And we're happy to provide you with guided tours anytime your teachers are interested in an overview of a particular database, or if they'd like more information, or just help in using FactCite for a particular assignment. I think I've just about used up my time, Jeff, and I would be happy to take questions. And again, I encourage you, if you'd like to request our Holocaust lesson plan, we're happy to send that over to you. And contact Jeff at WiLS for pricing information. FactCite subscriptions are really affordable.
Thank you so much, Susan. I always love when you come on. It always seems like there's something new, or something that maybe it's not new, but something I didn't know about, these amazing resources available to our members through FactCite. I think that some of the reference material you've got here, I certainly wish I had access to it when I was in school.
And one thing I forgot to mention that people often ask us, we do not aggregate content from other sources. All of the content we have has been originally developed. We've partnered with other publishers, but it's all original content. So we're not aggregating from periodical literature or elsewhere. It's all original content written specifically for student researchers. So thanks for giving me the opportunity, Jeff, and happy Halloween.
It's our pleasure. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
I'm going to just switch back to sharing my screen just quickly to get us set up for our next presentation. Thanks again, Susan. Well, it's Taco Booze Day here at WiLS, so I'm excited to be joined by our next presenter. There she is, Miriam. Miriam is joining us from Rosen. Miriam, are you ready to take over?
Yeah, let's see if I'm ready to take over. Let me do a share screen. So this will, test the concept here. Is she ready? I guess she is.
Looks
My
good to me.
Here we go. All right. All right. Well, we might as well get going, if we have a little extra time. And anyway, hello, everyone. Yes, it is Halloween. Yes, I am based in Colorado on the Front Range. Yes, we got 8 inches of snow yesterday, and it has been about 15 degrees. So we go from, it's just, you go from fall to winter and back again, and thus are the seasons. I'm really excited to share Report Builder, which is a resource for your youngest students. So now for something a little bit different and really colorful, cheerful, simple to use, and absolutely supports the curriculum in every possible way for the reports that our youngest students have to do. And so when we're at a time when we're looking for, and our family communities are looking for strong, accurate information that is age appropriate in this world of ChatGPT, Report Builder with its question and answer approach really was created to support emerging readers and researchers to find the information they need for their reports. I mean, it's a simple goal, and it's created for them in an intuitive way. I want to say, because there was recently an article in the New York Times. There are many articles in the New York Times, but one was about Department of Defense schools and their standards of excellence. And just as a fun fact, we've been working among other resources with the Department of Defense schools and Report Builder for over 4 years. And so this isn't a brand new resource, but it is brand new really to WiLS and are sharing it with you. Why has it taken me so long? Who knows? But here we are now. So what I would like to do is I'm going to just give you myself a quick overview, and then I'm going to play a brief video that does a nice job summarizing what Report Builder is. And then we're going to dig in a little bit and do some fun searches, even on the state of Wisconsin, to see what kind of Wisconsin appropriate material we might find just simply and easily. So this database, Report Builder, has 11 sections. And there's a little burst here, Caring for Myself and Others, which is a collection of, or a category of 50 articles we just added for fall 2023. And within these articles, there are at least, and within these modules, there are at least 150 to 300 photographs. So beautiful photographs, text that's appropriate for first and second graders, and really for kindergartners too, because things are read aloud to them. Smart keyword word searching, since we're talking about content to build reports, Report Builder. We supply article citations, and there's a very intuitive, easy to use browse, and the resource overall supports independent reading and pre-writing skills. So for our students who are learning to read, as well as reading to learn, Report Builder really will be something you could lean on easily, especially since our students all have their own devices. We do provide tools for educators, whether they're teaching materials that are largely lesson plans in a week-long lesson plan. And we have online training and other things you would expect, the curriculum correlations, which we will dig into. Wonderful posters, and I know wall space is short, but who doesn't like a picture of a snake or a frog on the wall of their room? And your usual physical handouts like bookmarks and lesson plans. Again, lesson plans are just, it's good to get us all started, and curriculum correlations. So our goal is to make research fun and easy. We use bright primary colors. And again, everything is done in a question and answer format. So I'm going to just now, I'm going to click over, and we're going to look at an introduction, a video introduction to Report Builder, because I think it's good for me to speak and then to have other points emphasized. So I'm going to hit pause now, and where I've gone is to the homepage of GarethReportBuilder.com. So this introductory video is easily accessible to you and your team of teachers and your school administrators to get a sense of what's here. So I'm going to play this now.
Gareth Stevens, Report Builder. The ultimate resource for beginning researchers. Report Builder's interactive question and answer approach helps emerging researchers find the information they need to write reports. Curriculum-based topics are concise and supported by eye-catching visuals. Resource features: over 700 age-appropriate articles, 150 to 350 captivating images per module. Downloadable, copyright-cleared images in multiple sizes for use on posters, digital projects, and more. Smart keyword search helps emerging researchers find exactly what they're looking for. Read-along text highlighting and article citations support emerging researchers. Visual learners can explore Report Builder using its intuitive browse.
I think I'm just interrupting and say this is really a resource that supports multiple learning styles. And so I think especially at our lowest, at our beginning grades, when we're trying to set our students up for success and get them excited about learning and really using great resources online, Report Builder is a wonderful tool and training wheels.
Google Single Sign-On. Institutions can configure Google SSO for fast, easy access. Login available via username, password, and IP authentication. Once logged into Report Builder, you'll see all the resources in your subscription. Prominent search box lists article names containing the words or letters typed. Appealing, friendly interface allows users to search for content in multiple ways to support diverse learning styles. Visual browse displays tiled images arranged alphabetically. Alphabetical search allows you to see articles that begin with each letter. For example, type the word blue and see the article names that appear as you type. Type your state in the search bar to learn about your state bird, reptile, or amphibian, as well as landmarks and U.S. presidents.
We're going to do a little game and type in Wisconsin and birds and see what happens. I know you know what the state bird is, but we'll just see it in Report Builder shortly.
Associated with your state. Each article contains sections with a question and answer format to engage emerging researchers. Each section expands to provide an answer to the question posed. Dynamic format and colorful images keep learners engaged. Read-along text highlighting ensures all learners read and succeed. Article citations in MLA9 format are found at the bottom of each article to help beginning researchers cite their source. Buttons on the top right corner allow learners to print, save, and email articles with a simple click. Save to Google Drive button allows users to save articles to read, print, and share later. A variety of educator support tools make it easy to promote usage in your school or library. From curriculum correlations and teacher materials to promotional materials and web buttons, you can find all the tools you need. Correlated to state and national standards and to Canadian provincial learning outcomes, Report Builder provides comprehensive curricular support. It is also aligned to Common Core Standards, the C3 Framework for Social Studies State Standards, Next Generation Science Standards, and National Council for Social Studies Standards. You may search by specific standards or by a combination of subject, grade, standards, and research term.
I'm going to also interrupt here and say, with the addition of the topical area, caring for myself and others, when we were really so attuned to really having a warm, welcoming environment for our students. So caring for myself and others could not have come at a better time. And those articles are correlated to the CASEL standards, the national standards for the collaborative on academic, social, and emotional learning.
Praise for Report Builder. Clean design and intuitive layout, ideally suited for beginning researchers. It offers age-appropriate content and a safe environment for young students. Book list. Provides beginning researchers with a solid foundation in information and digital literacy. Content-driven and media-rich. Engaging and uncomplicated, it supports multiple learning styles. School Library Journal. Gareth Stevens Report Builder. The ultimate resource for beginning researchers.
And there we have that. So let's just now dive into the database itself and just take a quick little look around. I know I'm at 8 minutes after the hour, but I think we're doing okay. So I'm logged in, and in fact, and Jeff will circulate this, you have access to Report Builder for a 2-month trial using the username and password WiLS23, WiLS23. So you can explore this on your own and use it for reports with your students. So let's just take a look at birds. And we were talking about smart keyword searching. And so I'm going to type in Wisconsin, and up comes the state bird, which is the American robin. So that is one, really lovely way to support the work of your students. So let's just see what this article looks like. We have some wonderful images that also have text to go along with them. And we have, of course, the copyright information. All of these images are copyright cleared and downloadable. And then, as we said, this uses a question and answer format. what, because we wonder, especially our youngest ones, we should never lose our wonder, but our youngest students, what does an American robin look like? Here is the text. And the read aloud can be enabled here. Where do robins live? Answer. So there's a light text load. What do robins eat? Earthworm and fruit. Yum. Fun facts. The American robin is the state bird. Okay, Wisconsin, you have to share it with Connecticut and Michigan, and they are songbirds. And who doesn't love the beautiful blue of a robin's egg? And if we wanted to download this to save this for later and use in our reports in any way, I had already downloaded this, and I'm just waiting for this to come up. So these are available with images in multiple sizes, and so this could also be downloaded to a Google Drive if that's enabled for your students. So that is, something that's so lovely, so easy to use. That's the point of this. So if we go back and let's just take a look, since we were talking about smart keyword searching. So if we go to symbols and landmarks, and let's see if we put in Wisconsin here. We have the Cave of the Mounds. Clearly, that's not the only way to search, but since we're here together, why not see what's down the road a piece? So we have an article on cave mounds. What is it? Where is it? How big is it? Why is the Cave of the Mounds important? So, this is just a really wonderful way to connect with your students, make things easy and fun, support their language acquisitions, their research skills. And I had mentioned the caring for myself and others. And, I think at a time when we just, we're looking for easy ways and fully integrated in our school environment to be a good citizen, for example. And so we have photographs again of that collaborative, including a library is a great place to learn more about your community. And we know that. And what does it mean to be a good citizen? So again, questions and answers. And what I want to also do is show you the curriculum correlations. So what I had done is I went into the standard search, and this is in the librarian tools, and I had put in Wisconsin already in social studies standards. And as we search, and I had loaded in grade 2 prior. So we really can see, both as teacher librarians working with our classroom teachers, how it is that we make their life easier, save time, and support exactly what they're doing and what their students need to do. And since it's Halloween, why not take a look at holidays and celebrations? Because these are the topics that our youngest are doing their reports on Halloween. And voila, here we have the trick-or-treaters, and it looks like it's considerably warmer there than it is where I am now, which still has pretty deep snow. But on that cheerful note, I really hope you take a look. We've provided username and password access, WiLS23, WiLS23. Jeff has pricing, 2 months free now, and we really are so excited to work with you and work with your youngest students. So thanks so much. Are there any questions?
Thank you, Miriam. I haven't seen any questions come in, but I will say if anyone watching this now or watching after the watching the recording after the fact wants to ask any questions, do feel free to reach out to us here at WiLS or directly to Miriam. We'll include, with your permission, Miriam, we'll include your contact information.
Please do.
As well.
Please do.
Great. Thank you so much for showing us Report Builder. Yet another tool that I wish had been available when I was school age. I don't imagine how much better my schoolwork would have been.
That's right. We would have learned smarter. What is this that you're wearing, Jeff? I have to ask. Are you the Wizard of WiLS?
Yeah, that's right. I'm the WiLS wizard today.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your wizardry and have a great rest of the day. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Toodaloo. Bye.
All right. Well, this is going to bring us to our next segment. So I'm going to share my screen one more time just to get us all set up. So for those of you just joining us, this is it is October 31st, 2023, and it is Taco Booze Day here at WiLS. I'm excited to be joined by another one of our excellent vendor partners, my friend Haley Block, joining us here from Kanopy. Haley, are you ready to take over?
I believe so. Hopefully, the computer gods are going to be working in our favor today, and everything is going to go smoothly. You look wonderful.
Let's cast a spell on your computer.
I think my colleagues are all Kanopy cats today, so I missed the memo, so I missed out on joining in. So let me see if I'm able to share my screen to start with a quick video. So please hold for just a second. Let me know if this is working from your end, okay?
All right, it looks like it's playing, but I'm not hearing it.
Okay, here we go. Are we good now? We have a screen. I'm hoping that video played for you. I just wanted to say thank you so much, Jeff and WiLS, for allowing me to join Taco Tuesday, or more appropriately today, as you mentioned, Taco Booze Day in honor of Halloween. My name is Haley Block. I am your account rep. And I look forward to giving you a brief overview about Kanopy. And just as a note, we do have free trials available and WiLS discounts available as well. So as we know, today is Halloween. I did find a screen here and pointed out that the most popular candy in Wisconsin is Butterfinger, which is probably one of my personal favorites, but I think every candy is one of my favorites, except for hot tamales that rank number 2, and number 3 is Starburst. If you're interested, I'm more than happy to share this particular link that will give you the most popular candy in each one of the states. So that's available as well after the presentation. Just to start off, I'm sure that you get asked yourself and probably by your colleagues and students if you're offering the videos that they're looking for. Are you providing the right videos that are helping for their institution learning goals? Most importantly, is your budget. We know that is Kanopy really affordable? And today and every day, would you like to be the hero on campus to provide a streaming platform for your faculty and students? I'm sure you answered yes, probably to more than one of these questions, and I've got the answer for you. It's Kanopy. We are the perfect partnership for your library and also the perfect partnership with WiLS. As Jeff mentioned, WiLS is my favorite consortia partnership to work with for many reasons. And most importantly, it's working so closely with Jeff. But just to give you a little idea that Kanopy has changed, and right now we are playing an important role in the success of the classroom, both on and off campus. Your faculty and staff and students expect more video availability for teaching and learning processes. As we know that video is engaging, it keeps your students excited about learning. And I've included a couple of statistics here that you might find quite helpful and interesting for you to read. As we know, the power of video supports learning. We have videos, as you saw in the video prior, from drama to action, fantasy to crime, and comedy to documentary. Students of all levels want to have video as part of their curriculum. We are able to be embedded into coursework shared with professors for their students. We work with over 800 suppliers. I've outlined just a few here for your review. We are constantly adding new suppliers to the Kanopy library and always adding new videos for those suppliers. Some of our top ones is Kino Lorber, the Criterion Collection, PBS, and IFC Films. As we know, Kanopy was difficult to have on your campus because it was getting quite expensive with the PDA model. On the fourth trigger that you're getting a charge. Because budgets are getting very tight and constraining, we are now offering, or have offered for the past year, Kanopy K-Base. It is a subscription model where you're able to have all your faculty and students on and off campus access to 13,000 plus titles for one low price. You don't have to worry about sporadic invoicing, sporadic charges. It's one price for your faculty and students for everyone on and off campus. As a note, there is a 15% discount as a WiLS member. Quotes are available through myself and through WiLS, through Jeff. So it's something to think about. Just to give you an idea about Kanopy K-Base, our content team curates a collection multidisciplinary for your library. We highlight different areas such as mental health, social sciences, psychology, DEI, fitness. Once again, it's a collection that fits the entire campus. You're probably thinking, with the 30,000 titles that Kanopy offers, this must be the bottom of the barrel, the old stuff. It definitely isn't. We have current titles. We have the #1 title in the Kanopy library, I Am Not Your Negro, included in the Kanopy K-Base collection. 55% of those videos are exclusive to Kanopy. You won't be able to find them anywhere else. Kanopy prides itself on quality over quantity. So you're not just getting a bunch of filler, you're not getting a bunch of old stuff, and you're definitely not getting a bunch of stuff that you could find free on the internet. What's wonderful about Kanopy that you're able to connect with your users wherever they go. We have you're able to get it from your desktop or your iPad, your iPhone, throughout different apps available. As you can see, as I mentioned, it's a multidisciplinary coverage from film studies to literature to history to art and architecture. With the Kanopy K-Base, as well as the entire Kanopy platform, you're able to get it for one price. You'll get that multidisciplinary subject coverage, the exclusive content, and the best-in-class user experience. The Kanopy platform is easy to use. The admin portal gives you data and information that is unsurmountable. You'll be able to download real-time information 24/7. With the Kanopy platform, we have many of our titles are available for PPR. You're able to embed those in LibGuides or your LMS. as I mentioned very briefly, the administrative portal. And you're also included on marketing support from digital slides to subject guides to swag. And also you've got me to be your support to help getting Kanopy out marketed to your faculty and students. I work very closely with my team, my product support team, who is always available to assist you. We always say that we're live people. You're not getting any robots behind the scenes with any generic responses. I'm sure if you receive emails from me, there might be a typo or a grammatical error. So you're definitely dealing with real people here at Kanopy. As I mentioned in the past, Kanopy has different models. We highlighted on the subscription model here, but we also have the PDA model where you have access to the Kanopy platform. On the fourth trigger or 30 seconds or more, you trigger a license. We also have firm orders where you could just go onto the Kanopy platform and license a title for 1 year or 3 year. Prices range from $73 and upwards of $150 for 1 year or $350 for 3 year. Price fluctuates depending upon the supplier and the copyright and the agreements that we have set forth. We also have perpetual access that you're able to have with Kanopy. And in addition to that, we have a supplier license where you could license the entire collection from the Great Courses to the Criterion Collection and several others. We have some changes right now at Kanopy, a lot of good and exciting changes. First and foremost, we are now making some changes to the email addresses. Starting on November 21st, my email change will now be at Overdrive. So it will be first initial, last name at Overdrive. So you don't have to worry about your email getting lost into the black hole if you misspelled my first name by missing the first Y. Another great thing that you should sign up for is getting Kanopy notifications. I've got the email, the login right here, but I'm more than happy to share with that after the presentation as well. This is where you'll get notifications about all things from Kanopy, everything from town halls to special discounts to what we're doing right now with free showings of a movie. So this is a great place to find out what's going on. Another important thing that I do share some of these updates with Jeff, and he's will be able to share those to all of you as for members. I'm going to be attending the Charleston conference. I'll be at table number 93. If you'd like to stop by and say hi, I'd love to go for a cup of coffee. So feel free. I'd love to meet all of you. I know I've been working with many of you now for 7+ years, so it would be great to finally put a face to some of these emails. I'm giving you a little heads up right now. Starting tomorrow, I'll be sending an email and I'll be sure to send it over to Jeff to share with you. We are going to be offering a 10% discount on your perpetual order. There's no discount, which means let's say you find a couple of titles for $2,000 that you'd like to order on November 3rd. You can order another $5,000 on November 18th and then another one at the end of the month. And that 10% off is available on each one of those orders. If you contact me directly, I'm more than happy to waive any hosting fees for those perpetual orders, but those orders must go through me direct. I do want to highlight that we are offering a free trial. I'm more than happy to open up the platform for you. I'm more than happy to have a meeting with you to discuss your existing Kanopy program that you have with us and helping you expand it while saving you money. Like I mentioned initially, we do offer a 15% discount with WiLS, and quotes are available upon request. I'm more than happy to provide title lists upon request as well. Anything can be directed to Jeff, or you could also contact me at the email you see on the screen. And with that, I think my New York speed is keeping us talking too quickly. I just wanted to say thank you to all of you. And most importantly, Jeff, I love working with you and your members, and I look forward to continuing this partnership and relationship for many years forward.
Well, the feeling is entirely mutual. Haley, thank you so much for joining us today for Taco Tuesday. We're very excited about Kanopy. WiLS has a long and relationship with Overdrive, and we're excited that Kanopy is a part of that now as well. So thanks again for joining us.
And that's a great thing. Thank you for bringing that up. If you do have any questions about Overdrive, please feel free to reach out to me as well, and I can put you to connect you with your Overdrive rep.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure, and happy Halloween to all. And Jeff, thank you again for all that you do.
It's our pleasure. Thank you as well.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Well, with that, folks, we're coming to the end of our session. I'm going to just kind of bring us to our conclusion now. So thank you to all of our presenters. Thank you to all of our attendees for coming to this very special edition of WiLS Taco Booze Day. But unfortunately, Booze Day is over, but there's more Taco Tuesday to come. Our next session is on November 14th, this same time. So hopefully you're already registered, and if not, it's easy to do so. So sign up, come and join us for another round of great presentation from our vendor partners here at WiLS Taco Tuesday. Thanks again, everyone, and I hope everybody has a great Halloween and a nice afternoon. Bye all.